sure. I think that's only separation. Come on. Which they got maybe a little bit more active.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. It's a bit of a surprise, but we got South Florida's very own Daniel Bailey at the fights. Daniel, great to see you, man. You had a virtuoso, counter-punching defensive performance last night. You took the old Malik Warren. First of all, talk about that fight, the performance. What does it mean to your career at this point?
For me, I feel like everyone counted me out because I took a loss after my 10th victory. I went and fought for the NABA title. I took a loss, and then everybody wrote me off. I lost my managers. I lost everything. But all the people who stayed down with me, that win last night was for them. Like everyone who stayed loyal to me, everyone who kept believing in me, when a lot of people cut me off. I stayed hungry, I kept working, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity. And I'm gonna keep striving, I'm gonna keep, like, when you win like that, it just makes you wanna keep winning and winning and keep working and keep working.
Yeah, it was an exciting performance. I mean, you were a guy that, I mean, we've had a lot of fighters in boxing that, like, I know, like Shakur with Delos Santos, you know, he had a bit of what people call boring performance, but you were like right there in the pocket, and you were, you know, making them miss and making them pay. I guess what I'll ask you is, what do you want now? What's a fight that Daniel wants next?
The fights that I want next is I want to chase those guys who the champions already fought, so I could build that resume up and be like, all right, he fought this guy just like Angelo Leo fought, or what's this other guy? Anybody at 130 pounds, any of these guys who fought these champions, I want to fight all those guys and prove myself. I respect champions, so I want to go through the mud and get to the top spot. Whatever it takes to be great, I'm ready to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know I mentioned in my video last night about a Chris Colbert fight. I know he's at 30. What do you think about that fight?
I would love that fight at 130, but honestly, I don't think Chris Colbert gonna come down to 130 pounds.
Okay, because he's been up there fighting bigger guys.
Yeah, he's been walking around looking a little grudgy, you know. But if you want to make that fight, we can definitely make it happen. The fans want to see it. I want to see myself perform against someone with that high boxing IQ, and I'm sure it's gonna be entertaining. I'm sure it's gonna be a great fight, and I'm sure I'm gonna win.
What about I know he just lost recently when he defended his belt, but Hector Garcia,
Hector Garcia. Oh man, I would love to fight Hector Garcia. Honestly, he was down here in Florida. I wish I was able to get some work with him, but that didn't come to fruition. But anybody who's ranked higher than me can get it. That's how I feel. You gotta work your way up, right?
Absolutely.
So whatever it takes to be great.
Okay. I know you mentioned before that one of your goals is to be one of the best defensive fighters to ever exist in the sport of boxing.
Like Nickelodeon, like
Nicolino Loche, Pernell Whitaker,
Like the real legends, like Floyd, like I want to be up there with them. So I know if I shoot for the stars, I'm gonna land on the moon, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
that's the mentality you gotta have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel your defense has improved? Because I feel like, you know, I've seen you spar in the gym before. You found that right balance in that fight last night between offense and defense. You were transitioning really well. So how do you feel you're growing as a defensive fighter?
Honestly, I feel like you gotta trust your defense. A lot of guys, they say they defensive fighters, but they don't really trust it, because if you really trust your defense, you'll sit there and you'll make a guy miss and make him pay, and then step off things like that. I'm not here to criticize any other fighter about what they do.
Yeah.
I just know the way I'm doing things is I stand, whatever it takes to land my punches and make you miss, I'll be right there in your face with it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
With you being from South Florida, you know, I know BT Newman just fought. You want to bring any big fights back to South Florida?
I want to bring all the big fights back to Florida. I feel like we got the talent pool. It's crazy how much talent we have here. We just had Lawrence Newton, BT beat me twice in the amateurs.
Yeah.
Like, BT is slick. BT is like a mini Terrence Crawford. That man is cold. He's nice with it. So we just need the eyes on us, and we can shine.
Absolutely. Is there like a dream venue you have to fight in South Florida? There's a lot of good venues.
The Dolphins Stadium.
Yeah, Hard Rock.
I want to sell out the Dolphins Stadium. I want to be great. I want to shoot for the stars every time. Like, I don't want to play it small at all. With anything in life, I want to be the best at whatever I do. And I got to give you credit for bringing light to Florida, man, because a lot of times guys come up from Florida and then they leave out and they go support other fighters. But you stay at home team, and we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys have walked the same streets I've walked, taken the same buses, trains, so it's only right that I return that same love to you guys.
Right, man. It's a family business. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Daniel. Well, look, I know you want to go enjoy your night, so any final message you want to give to the boxing world about yourself?
Daniel Bailey fighting at 130 pounds, 12-1. Next, 13-1. Next, 14-1. Then I'm gonna have a world title, and it's only up from here. I promise.
There you have it. Daniel Bailey, one of South Florida's very own, on his way to becoming one of the best defensive fighters ever. Thank you. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.